Driving home with Eamon Holmes
on Talk Radio.
Call Eamon now on 0344 499 1000. Calls charged at provider's national rate.
And as we enter into the evening, and it is, we've passed rush hour, but rush hour may be going not so much in a rush. Wales and parts of the southwest of England, you could see up to 10 centimetres of snow there. Could cause disruption, and the pressure chart, you can see warm fronts meeting up with cold fronts, and a wet front meeting up with a dry front, which means snow really, and it's traffic just not moving where this snow is coming into. Let's go to Jamie Lowe in Bristol. Jamie, how's it looking in your part of the world, because that's where a big downfall is predicted?
Yes, well, we've heard that it is falling quite fast, just a bit further down the M5 from here in Bristol, but where it's just started to start snowing in the last few minutes. If my grandma was with me now, she'd tell me that it's trying to snow. So it looks like it's going to be similar to the rest of the southwest very, very soon. But the picture here really in Bristol is one that feels quite switched on. I think people heeded the weather warning that we had earlier on, because it was an amber weather warning since about 2 o'clock, and we had an overcast sky which was threatening quite a heavy downpour of snow most of the day. So I think people have taken that warning, got onto the road early, because I'm standing right now on Station Road in Filton, which connects the M32 to the M4 and to parts of North Bristol, and the roads are fairly clear. Right now, usually this would be chock-a-block. We are sort of at the tail end of rush hour, but it could be 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning right now. Yeah, well, people are taking the advice, obviously, Jamie. If you don't have to travel, don't, my friend. Thank you very much indeed for that report from the southwest.
The big story of the day on Talk Radio. Be well informed with the Times and the Sunday Times.
Good morning to you. I'm Julia Hartley-Brew. This is the No Nonsense Breakfast Show on Talk Radio. And joining me this morning, comedian Eric McElroy and divorce lawyer Vanessa Lloyd-Platt. We've struggled here in the snow. There's not that much snow in central London, certainly, but an awful lot of the country is absolutely inundated with snow. We heard that the West Country was going to face a lot, but let's talk to our reporter out in Portishead. Jamie Lowe is in Portishead. It's a commuter town near Bristol, and joins us now. Good morning to you, Jamie.
Good morning, Julia. It's very wintry and very chilly here, still quite windy in Portishead. We've had about 10 hours of snow, so it started late last night and it's kept going right up until now. Forecasters said it would stop around 7, but I can see it's still coming down now. I'm standing on a bridge that overlooks the Portby 100, the only road in and the only road out of Portishead, and also the M5. Both seem to be moving fine right now. Roads are clear. It looks like gritting has done its job. The residential roads, however, are still quite thick with snow because not many cars have attempted to get down there. But it is a cold day in Bristol today. We're expecting a royal visit. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, are expected to come a little later on, so I do hope they've packed their coats. But in terms
and sensible
of travel,
shoes as well, especially for a pregnant woman.
Well, yes. Yeah, so we were not expecting any killer heres. I've currently got some winter boots on, the first time that they've made it out of the house so far this year. But in terms of travel, it's not looking too bad on the roads. On the buses, checks are underway, and we'll get more information later on. But currently, services between Bath and Wells are not happening just of yet. And then we got a few flights cancelled too this morning out of the airport.
Okay, thank you very much for that update. Poor Jamie, he's actually standing on a bridge overlooking that main commuter road in the freezing cold. So we send our warm hugs to you, Jamie Lowe, there in Portishead. Thank you very much indeed.
There's nothing like a weather story to get people out and about. I counted, would you believe, six, that is, different reporters in Chicago for the BBC reporting in on how cold it was, and all of them produced exactly the same stunt. They pulled a T-shirt out and made it freeze solid and then started banging it on the side of the fence next to which they were standing. We've got somebody very similar down in Bristol today. Jamie Lowe is there for Talk Radio. He's been sent out there to try and find out precisely how bad the weather is. Bristol Airport has had some flights suspended. Jamie, how are you doing? Very good morning to you.
All right, thanks. I'm going to disappoint, though. My T-shirt is staying firmly on my body because I am freezing right now still on King Street in Bristol. We're currently waiting an imminent royal visit, but snow really is the big story in this. and South Wales today. We're still under that yellow weather warning from the Met Office. That's still in place until 1 p.m. currently. And I'm a bit surprised, to be honest, because last night the snow was sort of coming down in very thin flurries, but now today it's thick and it's slushy.
Yes.
So I don't think it's going to cause too many problems on the roads, but of course there is lots of disruption at the airport. That's going to remain closed until 12 p.m. today. Flights either cancelled or rerouted to Birmingham. But good news for the kids. They're either here with me on King Street waiting to see Meghan and Harry, or they're at home making snowmen, because around 360 schools, colleges and universities in Bristol are closed, another 500 in South Wales. So lots of closures going on, so lots of time for people to enjoy the snow.
Well, indeed.
Also, Newquay Airport has been closed all morning, but we are expecting that to reopen again shortly.
Okay, and as far as the actual road closures and things like that down there, is it particularly bad? Because, I mean, here in London, in parts of London, it was quite heavy, the snow, overnight. But, I mean, to close over sort of half the city's schools, probably more to do with the fact that the teachers can't get in than it is that the kids can't get there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think roads inner cities are doing fine. Like I said, the snow is quite slushy, so once it's hitting, if it's falling on wet ground, it's not lasting very long. But outer city, in the more rural areas, for example, Wells, the first bus depot is closed there. So yeah, it probably is more to do with that. I was in Portishead this morning, a commuter town, and there wasn't too much snowfall there, but yet the streets in the very early morning were full of kids who were loving the news that they were off school. Because they just simply weren't open. I logged on to the council website at about 7 a.m. and I counted 33 closed. Within about an hour and a half's time, that had multiplied several times over. So the schools have acted fast to get their kids off and out having fun, I think.
Bit of an unfortunate day for the Royals to decide to drive around, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of questions whether it was still going to go ahead because, of course, Meghan is pregnant. We are on a cobbled street here in King Street, which has been gritted heavily, let me assure you. But yes, the Bristol Old Vic tweeted around an hour ago to say that the royal visit is still expected to go ahead. We're expecting them around 10 past 11, sort of quarter past time, but people are gathering here. The crowds are smaller than I would have expected, probably due to the snow. So the people who were planning to come from outside of the city, they probably have had to cancel their plans. But we have been speaking to a fair few university students who have had their lectures cancelled today, so they've thought that they could come on down and have a glimpse at the Royals.
Absolutely. Jamie, thank you very much indeed. Jamie Lowe, TV reporter there down in Bristol for Talk Radio, waiting for the Royals, Harry and Meghan, to show up on what is a rather cold day down there in Bristol. Bristol Airport, the flights have been cancelled and suspended until at least midday. You heard him say Newquay Airport, I didn't even know they had an airport in Newquay, isn't operational.